Guys, today we're going to be soldering, playing with fire and electricity today. In other words, this should be the last 20% of this build. You guys can see we finally put the motor in. If you guys were here last stream, we just put the motor in on this full carbon fiber on the Limitless build here. And now we're just going to start getting to the electronics. So I'm gonna have to install the servo, ESC, wire everything up, make it nice and tidy-whitey, and yeah. So as I said, soldering. We're gonna be playing with electricity and fire today. So I'll show you guys how to do that. We still have to solder these things right over here. All right. So yeah, it's kind of early. It's still too early for me, but that's okay. All right. So first things first. Before we continue onward with this, we need to get rid of this whole car here. So I'm just going to move this over here. Okay. Because now we're just going to have to solder and play with fire and electricity and other fun stuff. So yeah, so if you guys never soldered before, it's hot. It gets really hot. No shit. Well, you need to be careful. You need to understand what you're doing, and you need to know what you're doing. So first things first, what I like to do, this is like a $270 or $260 ESC. The last thing you want to do is burn your wires when it comes to soldering. So what I just like to do off the bat, I take everything out, flat out, as much as I can out of the harness, just so if solder wants to drip, it's not going to drip on these things. So I'm just going to put them over here, and then I'm going to get my solder stuff out. And while it heats up, we'll prepare this ESC. What's going on, guys? How are you? How are you? Oh, hang on. Speaking of that, I have my other phone here, so I could actually check the comments.
Today, huge crowds gather around the country.
News, apparently. Yeah, so hopefully I don't have to keep checking the phone over here and whatnot. So, all right. Let me just start getting this stuff ready. I guess we'll keep this over here. I like my little plate, and yeah, obviously it's paper, so it could burn. I'd rather it be paper burning than plastic. We'll put this over here, that over there. And what you want to do is just start heating up your iron. And no, this isn't one that heats up in like 20 seconds. Personally, I don't need one. I think this is more than enough. Mahamoud, sorry, I obliterated your name. What's going on? How's it going? We're soldering a big old ESC over here, XLX right here. We're going to be soldering this guy up real quick. I already did, for the most part, most of the work. You guys can see this harness over here. Yeah, so I already did the harness. I just got to do this 2 solder joints over here. And yeah, then we can start putting it into the carbon limitless build. Okay, so here we go. Now we have our little contacts that are open. And yeah, I don't really lie about my work. So you got to make sure it's soldered all the way through. It's got a nice clean bubble all throughout. It's completely tinned all the way through. Is this on? Oh yeah, it's on. And so on and so forth. And I also like this little clamp thing with little rubber ends because the wires can get hot. And I just like to hold this wire. This is a huge tip, by the way. This will help you get better. Don't be afraid to use extra tools to help you solder, because really it's simple. You don't need a whole crazy rig and whatnot. Yeah, so just easy, simple dollar store tools can make a big difference. Greg Mish, how's your morning? What's going on, Greg? My morning is going well. For some reason, it's 50 degrees out here in Florida, which that ain't right. So perfect day to do a build. I do not like the cold. Well, I don't mind 50, but if it's anything below that, I'm a true Floridian, unfortunately. I just don't like the crazy cold. How's everything with you? Hope all is well. Don't think I need this. To put the tool away. We're about to solder. We're going to play with fire, as I said. Fire. Yeah, so that's that. And as you're heating up your iron, you got to make sure that you stay on top of cleaning it. So before I even touch the wires and whatnot, the best way to make a good solder is to make sure, well, is really the prep work. You got to make sure everything is prepped before you, you know, go in, because over time, the tip of the iron, you see, well, it's hard to see, but it's kind of oxidized. You can see the little blackish, crappy coating over it. You want to get that off. So what I'm going to do is stick it in the flux, and then I'm going to put it inside here, and then back and forth to clean it. And this is actually going to help the heat flow, thermal conductivity flow from the solder to the wire, and it's going to help make a better solder, quicker too. So you got to make sure you do it right. I have my little fan over here. I still need some more time. Yeah, we just got snow over here in Texas. Definitely not used to that. B. Perez. Yeah. They're saying that it's snowing up north here in Florida, actually. In Florida, it's ridiculous. Snow in Pensacola. That's crazy. Go away, snow. Yeah, I also have my little fan over here. I don't want it to blow at me, so I actually have it pointed that way, so you can see it'll actually get sucked up and go that way instead of in my face. My iron is trash, all burnt. Well, you got to make sure you clean it. Not all irons are bad. A lot of people think you need these crazy $100, $200 irons just to do anything. I mean, to tell you the truth, a lot of those hobby grade irons can't do 6-gauge wire with lead-free solder. It can't. I tried the one at my local hobby shop and it choked every time. I had the iron on it and the tip was clean. It had a large tip. It didn't have enough wattage. You need at least 80 watts if you're doing big stuff. You know, 60 watts is, I would say, bare minimum, but you need 80 watts. You need a large tip, no pun intended. You need a large tip, and you need to make sure your iron is clean. If it's not clean, it's not going to transfer heat. That's the, you know, that's the, it's the unfortunate thing. Perfect weather for a build. Yes, sir. Perfect. I don't want to be outside. Great niche. Snow bashing soon here. Oh, that's awesome. Kurt from EVS to get out. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. You know, I don't like the cold, but I think it would be pretty cool to just bash in the snow. And I've done it a few times when I went to school years ago in Pennsylvania, and I had my 6S Typhon with paddles, and that thing was plowing through the snow. That was pretty cool. Do I wish I could do it again with a real truck? Oh yeah, I do. But I don't wish to live in it at all. I do not like the cold. I don't. I'm from Florida. I like it until I don't, basically. Alright. There we go. And this iron has never given me any issues. I've had it for like 6 years. I don't know, some crap like that. It has a 7-year warranty. It's $20. I mean, you're spending over $100 on an iron just to do simple 10-gauge, 8-gauge wire stuff. You're wasting your money. I'm telling you. This is a $25 iron. It was $24 when I bought it 6 years ago, but I think the price went up to like maybe $30. Still worth every penny. It's a Weller 80 watt. It's a $20, $30 iron, and I'm doing 6-gauge wire, and I'm not on there forever, and I'm not using a torch to aid. Usually with bullets, that's when I hit it with a torch. Open bullets, that's what I do. I can move the spool off to the side. Yeah, we're just waiting for it to heat up a little bit more. Dual motor DBXLE. Oh yeah, that will plow. Especially with the weight, so you can get traction. That would be amazing in the snow. Yeah. Ooh. All right. So what I want to do also, I like my vice grips. Again, it's a $2-3 tool you could buy from Home Depot or whatever, like a Husky one, like crappy. Doesn't matter. I personally like my vice grips, and I'll show you guys exactly why. You don't need, again, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on soldering stuff just to make sure you do a good solder. The prep work is what makes that kind of money scream. All right, you guys can see I have my vice grip held onto the QSA connector. First thing you want to do is acknowledge which one is this. All right, so on top here is positive. So exactly, I have my ESC laying down like that. And notice what gravity does to this wire. You ready? That's what it does. So I'm not being stupid. Actually, gravity is free, so use it on your side. Make sure you position whatever you're soldering in the direction of where this connector is, and it will just naturally seat in, and it will give you a better solder. That's a huge thing. So yeah, I was kind of joking, but I'm also not, because I'm genuinely doing it. Let's see here. Maybe on this side. I don't know. Maybe I'm being stupid. Oh, hang on. All right, so I want to do it on this side, and you guys can see, like, I don't know. Maybe you guys can see, maybe you can't. Not sure. That's all right, because once I'm done, I'll still show you. Make sure you give yourself enough room. Oh yeah, just like that. I like that. Then we also got to make sure that we have the little collar in right here. Actually, hang on. Before I do this, what I always like to do, I almost forgot to do this. You want to pre-tin it. I know Castle, they like to pre-tin their wires, but I like to pre-tin. I like to pre-tin the pre-tin just to make sure that the solder is actually tinned all the way through. You can tin it, and you could think that, hey, you might have the solder all the way through, but personally, sometimes I've pre-tinned wires from Castle, and it still doesn't go all the way through. So that's why I like to pre-tin the pre-tin, you know. Let's see who else is in here. Reckless, KEL, clean, hot, and quick. Yes, sir. That's the way I like to solder. In quick, out fast. Earl Moorhead, Tech Tip Tuesday. Yes, sir. I mean, I guess that's what this is. Or play with fire and electricity, you know. So, Earl Moorhead, Coach D. What's up, Coach? By the way, Coach he really told me to do the whole video this way, which is a huge, you know, big plus. Personally, I think it's a lot better. So I do thank you, Coach, and I wanted to say it live. All right. So now you see the iron, it's super duper shiny, or the tip of it. That's what you want. A clean tip is better than an expensive iron all in all. Because you can have an expensive $200 iron that can't transfer heat, you know. You just got to keep going back and forth with the flux, this, flux that, flux whatever. And we are actually using high temp solders, so this is heavier on everything, really. So I'm just going to, you know, I'm not adding too much solder. I'm just making sure there's enough solder all the way around. And just like that, the whole wire is already coated in heat. $20 iron, easy. I already tinned this 8-gauge wire from Castle. Easy. Here's the other one. I love this iron. All right. Usually 3 to 4 seconds when the whole wire all the way around can accept solder, that's when you want to let go. Because now I didn't even bend it yet, but we should see about 1/2 inch to about 1/4 inch of flow of the solder going down the wire. That's what you want. You want to have, yeah, that's still kind of hot, but watch where I bend it. See that right there? I can't bend it anymore. So this right here is about a half an inch, like between there. That's what you want on every single thing, on every single solder joint or the end of a wire. So now you know that the whole wire is filled with solder, and you want it to go down about a half an inch. Same thing with this side. Yeah, it's perfect. Oops, excuse me. All right, I forgot I was on live. It's early. I'm still waking up. Okay, now what we want to do is set ourselves up. This is what? Positive over here? Yeah. Yeah, positive. Positive. So with the positive, notice how positive is this way, negative is this way. Notice how I have the ESC in the way that I want it to go. I don't have it like any other ways. So when I get done soldering, it's going to like create a twist or create stress on the wire. Like this is a clean, natural way to do this. So as I said, this is the way. So I'm going to pivot the ESC slightly over here, stick it through the collar again. Okay, and then just put it directly in. And then as I said, gravity brings the wire down. Since it brings the wire down, it's already sitting in the right place, which is good. Coach DB, you would have been snowed in. Oh yeah, and I would have been bawling my eyes out. I wouldn't have liked that. That's what Kate was saying. She was like, "Oh my God, if we were there now, it'd be snowing." I mean, that's mind blowing because I don't, I don't like snow. But she loves it and she wants to see it like really snow. We were actually in Tallahassee when we came back from North Carolina, which was the Tail of the Dragon trip. And we paid a trip in Tallahassee, and it was very nice weather, but it wasn't snowing, All right, so here we go. What I'm gonna do here, this is the chisel, right? I'm gonna use the side to actually hit the QSA connector, and it's gonna be easier to do it that way just because I'm still getting the same amount of heat. It's just not as much, what's it called? I don't know, English. All right, so I'm gonna add my solder in here. It's not gonna touch the side of the QSA connector. Hang on, guys, just need to concentrate real quick. Yeah, that's a good solder, but I like to fill it all the way up, which the more solder you put in with the high wattage iron, you're risking ruining the connectors. So yeah, it is a risk, but it's a finesse that I personally like doing. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. Good. Good. Fill directly to the top. It's hard to see. I'm not sure if you guys could get a zoom in on there, but or without a glare at least. I don't know, but it's filled directly to the top. It's smooth. It's just visually appealing. So not only do we have a hell of a solder joint all the way through, like it's not going to rip off, and it's also going to look good. So it's more of an art, and it's what I like doing. And bam, we closed our collar. So we did the positive side right there. And then with QSA connectors, if you guys noticed, I have a looper in there. What the loop actually does is absorbs some of the heat. So if I keep the iron on a little bit too long, it'll absorb a little bit of that power or wattage or whatever. So if it is flowing in, it's not going to warp the plastic as quick. And that's that. Let's see, Coach D. Yeah, 7-inch in Pensacola. Whew, that's a lot of snow. That's a lot. I mean, even Snow flurries is a lot of snow to me, but it's coming from the Florida boy. All right, so now we can remove this one loop just because I had it in there just for, you know, temperature purposes. Now I'm going to pivot this ESC on this side, or yeah, I can pivot the ESC right over here. And notice how this wire naturally wants to go in this direction. See that? So since it naturally wants to go, here's even better. Since it wants to go down, it's going to seat itself perfectly, actually, into the QS8 area. The solder area, I don't know. English be hard. But you want to pretty much get it to where when you solder it, there's no stress on the wire, and that actually helps perfect that. Now what I'm doing with my little flathead is the weight of it's actually pushing down. It's pushing down on the wire a little bit, so it can it's hard to see. Hang on, guys. I'll flip you guys around. Alright, so you can see how the ESC is laying, the weight of the wire is going down, and you can see how it's in its own little solder tab. Can I zoom? Oh, I could zoom! Holy crap! You guys could see that perfectly. But you can see there's no, like, nothing with my hands are touching the solder area. I don't know. But that's how it's naturally going to seat in perfectly. Holy crap, that zoom was amazing. I didn't know you could zoom in on a live video. I don't know. But oh yeah, that's a perfect zoom. And you want to make sure that you have enough room, that the insulation isn't blocking too much of the wire, so when your iron touches it, you know. Some people just go down, just go in and just solder it and burn everything. And no, if you're working on a $1,000 car, you do it right. So maybe this way I can do it. I'm gonna have to get more solder. Gonna want to add a little bit of solder every time, not too much. Then we're going to allow the solder to seat all the way down. Need more solder. There you go. Alright, so I'll show you guys what I just did. With this incredible zoom. If I could zoom again. Look at that. Beautiful. And what we want to do, actually, without wasting any time, you want to put the collar on. So let's say if you did warp any of the plastic, while it's still hot, you could still push it in. You know, so that's just one little thing. But once we push it in, you know, now I could take it out just because it takes a few seconds for it to, or the plastic to dry up. Here, so check this out. And there we go. Again, it's our perfect little solder. Literally perfect. Completely solid all the way around, high temp solder. It's alright that we burnt a little bit of the outside of the connector. It's still not, you know, going to prevent the collar from going in. But the collar can still go in just like that. Literally, this is the best solder that you can get with high temp solder. And if you're doing, you know, real stuff, you have high amp builds, you don't have to have it exactly like this, but, you know, you got to give it love. And that's that. So this is perfect. I didn't think I was actually going to do it this well while narrating, but, you know, we have it great on this side, great on that side, then oppositely as well. There we go. Now we can take this out. And let's see. You always want to make sure your polarity is right, in which I myself, I've screwed up a couple times where I get the positive and negative wrong, but I've caught it. Positive, negative, positive, down to ground, and bam, we're good to go. Here, so this is going to be his loop, and this one too. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep that over here. All right, so we soldered. I think that's it. Is that already it? Amazing. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's my light. I turned that off though. All right, so now I unplug the iron. You want to make sure as it's cooling down, you're repetitively cleaning it. And this is how you just keep and maintain the iron to be healthy. And again, I bought this $28 iron or whatever it was 6 years ago for 24 bucks. SP80 NUS Weller. It's like 30 bucks and under. I soldered 8-gauge wire like it was nothing. And I used $5 worth of tools. This and a flathead. Professional grade solder. So next time you think about spending money on a crazy solder rig, that's not going to make you solder well. It's the prep work. And that right there, I just proved it. So let's say you do have a good solder. Well, I mean, not a good, but let's say you have a crazy expensive one. You still got to make sure the prep work is good. All right, so that, well, I could put this thing like off to the side and away. Iron is still cooling off. And I'm just fluxing it again because I'm going to clean it off again as well. All right. All right, so that's done. My iron. Just getting all the soldering stuff off because now we can mount the ESC, which is a good thing. We're cruising through this. We're cruising, which is literally what we want. Okay, make sure I have these little metal stands. You leave it on the metal stand, you let it cool. You know, don't think I'm putting it away hot without acknowledging, hey, it's really hot. But yeah, I'm doing it for time's sake. 1, 2, is that it? Oh, also this thing. All right, so that was that. That was cake. Cake. That was great, guys. And, oh, I thought we were going to play with fire, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe I'll just, you know, just play a little bit. No, so I thought we were going to have to do bullets. What else? I feel like I have to solder something else. Whatever, I don't know. And if we have to, then we'll solder. All right, so for all of you who are new to the stream, thank you for watching. I don't know, something like that. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate all of those who support the channel. If you guys want to donate, all the proceeds are used to actually benefiting the channel, making it bigger, better, so we can do more lives. All of these guys are on the board of awesomeness. If you can see all the donations, Stuart Dance, That's Big, Reggie, Sean Massey, Melvin Vega, and the RC Rat Bag, they all donated. So I do appreciate them. And if you donate, you'll get on the board of awesomeness over there. Yeah, so everything is going to be used for like new tools, just stuff to keep these streams going, giving you guys advice and all that stuff and whatnot. So I appreciate it all. And yeah, so let's continue. What I want to do before we put the chassis on here, I just want to vacuum this right here. You know, because we only have like $180 carbon fiber chassis that we definitely don't want to scratch up. You know, we don't want that happening. All right, now we can get back to this guy. And if you guys recall, we just put this big old motor inside. It's a 20 horsepower Spectrum 800 inside there. Beautiful motor, very beautiful motor. We put the whole top chassis brace on, put the front and the rear ends on last stream, and yeah, so now we're going to put the ESC over here. What else? Oh, we're going to have to do a lot of the electrical wiring and work and getting everything like nice. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You know what? Maybe you guys can see better if I'm like this. And since this is not a censored motor, we don't have to use the sensor wires. So I took that out of the ESC harness. Where'd the ESC go? Right over here. So so we don't have to use the sensor wire over here. But I'm still giving it to him. I don't need any. Here's my razor. Now, one thing I like to do, since there's actually what I did off stream real quick, just to make things go faster, I put a Power Hobby 50 millimeter high speed fan, and I took out the OEM Castle fan. This thing spins pretty slow and it likes to break. This larger Castle fan is just incredible, and it runs off the receiver voltage. It's, you know, it's nothing crazy. You don't have to like run an extra battery or anything crazy or spend $200 on fans or 100, you know. It's a $20 little fan. You just plug it right into the receiver and it powers on every time. It's a great little thing to have. But what I'm doing now actually is removing from the XLX wire harness, I'm removing the original fan leads just to clean it up, because if I'm not using it, I might as well get it out. And, you know, the way I like to do things is the right way, and if we're not using it, that means it's going out. I'm not just wrapping it up and stuffing it up to the side. No. So if he wants to go back to this, I'm giving this all back to him. It's the whole connector, the fan, and all that. But he doesn't need this because we're running that one. And then, since 99.8% of the Castle world, people who own Castle, they don't use the auxiliary wire, I'm just automatically removing that. Well, based on his build and what he wants to do, I know he's not going to really need to adjust anything. So we're just cleaning up this wire harness, really. That's that. Reckless KEL, 3 a.m. here. Oh boy, 3 a.m. That's way too early or late. I don't know, one of those. Take it easy, Reckless Kel. Drive safe. Don't drink and drive. Jerry Pickney, hello. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? What's going on? All right, I'm just putting this off to the side. And now you can see what we have left, basically. We have just the main receiver wire and the on-off switch. That's really all that you need. And if you're going to have a clean, nice setup, if you don't need it, just remove it. If you need to adjust anything, put it on the data log anyway. You know, I don't use the little extra auxiliary wire. I never use it. Although I probably should, but if I need to adjust anything that detrimental, it's going on a laptop anyway, and, you know, taking it apart. So what I'm going to do now is plug this schmucking thing back in here. We've got to make sure we get the thing right. Negative, positive signal. So it goes in this way, just like this. There we go. We heard the little click. Moving these wires back around. Bring it around town. SpongeBob. And then we're going to mount the ESC right over here. Well, not yet, probably. Maybe I should mount the steering servo in first. Only thinking that just because I have extra wires over here and I kind of want to lose them. I'd rather lose them before, I mean, lose them. Doesn't matter. I think there's another hole that I can use. Probably for this XLX. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, either way. Get the servo inside here. And the horn is on, but it's not screwed in, only because we still have to center it out and make sure it's good. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. There's a $160 steering servo in this thing. And he wanted me to get the best servo, period. So I did. Well, I mean, there's a lot of good servos out there. I personally like Power Hobby servos. This is 160 whatever dollar one. It's got like 1,100 ounce-inches of torque. That's 2 times the amount of torque of what's in a Crate 8S, which is crazy. I think we're running 8.4 volts, but we're going to be running like 7.4. We're not going to try to cook the servo. which is more than enough torque, more than enough of what you need, really. Okay, just making sure things are tight along the way. And where are my zip ties? All right, so the zip ties were plugged into the servo. Oh, wait, actually. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. He's not just going with any servo. He's also getting a, well, he is going with any servo. He's putting he wants a gyro in it too. So I have a Power Hobby racing gyro. And a lot of the drag racers, they like using these. If they run Futaba, it's a great gyro. So actually I'm going to unplug it now. Good thing I caught this before I mounted it and did everything. Now we're going to plug this into here. I'm going to just move the ESC real quick. Maybe if you guys can see. There you go. So I'm going to plug the servo into here. If it wants to plug in, there we go. And this one open channel, this one female end, goes into here, I think. Yeah, has to. I don't normally run gyros in anything, so I gotta remember how to put this in. All right, that feels like it's in, which is good. What I would actually want to do before I link the ESC to it, I'm going to put a separate power source, and I'm taking out the battery to my RC8X, my radio link remote, and I'm just going to put this battery directly to the receiver. Why do I say that? Because I don't want to mount everything and have to move everything again. I could just plug this battery directly in and then go from there. This is like the cleanest way you could test something out without actually mounting anything. And what it's going to do is turn the our fan works. The motor fan works. It's going to pretty much turn all the functions on but the ESC, so motor's not going to have power. Here's his remote. Nice. He went with a 4 p.m. Actually, I should probably keep this. Very nice. This feels like a newer one. Yeah, this is the newer one. Oh, nice. And he got his remote here, too. 4 p.m. plus. Pretty nice remote. I actually had the original 4 p.m. It's a great remote. Let's see. Model select. Model 2. Scream. I still know how to work it. Receiver. What protocol? SFH. So it should just link right up. Oh yeah, there's a couple different protocols in the Plus. Interesting. SFH, new, normal. Or we could do high speed. Nah, let's just do normal. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is plug this in. And make sure we have a connection. Now the receiver's blinking. Can I put this like this so you guys can see? Yeah, so the battery is going right into the receiver over here, and I just need to plug pretty much everything in and make sure the servo is straight before. Actually, let me unplug this. I make a good point. What I should do is just plug the servo in normally. Make sure it's straight on the remote, unplug it, and then put the gyro in, because the gyro could make it be off slightly. So this is really just thinking of an XYZ way instead of ABC, because you know you're going to have to mount the servo at some point, so you might as well mount it without the gyro. Okay. Now I'm going to... Can I do this? Yeah, I'm going to have to undo this. Servo. Horn. Because he's going with a better horn that came with the servo. Alright, so here's the nut. Okay. No drinking. Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, don't drink at work. I don't drink in general, so I usually don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we just took this off now. We took the steering thing, the Arrma arm. Now we could get rid of this crappy horn. Get rid of it, because we're still using the same linkage. I should have probably ordered another linkage, but it's all the same. It doesn't matter. We're probably gonna have to go with a larger, a longer hole. I mean, a longer screw. All right, now we can turn the receiver on once again. Make sure it's bound, and then we're gonna make sure. Oh, I gotta bind it. Gotta hold down the receiver thing. And there we go. The servo just turned a little bit. Now I gotta make sure this thing is like straight left and right, opposed to up and down. That's pretty close. Alrighty. We have our first electrical function. You guys can see the servo right over here. And you want it as much at a 90-degree angle, like an L. You want it as much as a 90-degree angle because it's connecting right here. If you have it all the way over here, and then you move it, when the servo centers, it's going to force the whole bell crank to the right. You got to make sure that you center it out before you really do anything. Alright, so, good. Let's unplug this. Now that I found the correct spline position for it, now we can, I want to go with a 2.5 millimeter because that's my, oh, we can use this right here. Okay. I like the 2.5 millimeter bolts just because, again, less of a chance of it stripping. So on usually any car that I have on the servo horn, I'll try to do at least a 2.5 millimeter head. Some Loctite. Actually, it probably doesn't even have to be this long because it's a different servo, but if it bottoms out, I'm going to take it out. No, all right, we're good. I'm going to loosen it slightly because on the horn, going on each way of the horn, like the horn is here, there's going to be a screw on each side. A very small screw. Where the hell did that bag go? Here it is. Very small 1.5 millimeter stainless steel screw. Usually these horns have it. And, yeah, here they are. I don't need anything else. These stainless steel screws hold they crunch the horn around the main gear. So that is what really holds everything in there as well. So personally, you know, how am I going to tighten it? That's a good question. Because my 1.5 millimeter broke. So I got to get my little speed driver. Hold it go. Here it is. I got to use this thing. Yeah, this is going to be kind of the boring part here. Only because everything is so finicky and tiny and, you know, all that crap. So I'm going to take this servo out. Check out this servo. Ooh. You guys can see it. Full metal, brushless. You could do literally God's work with this servo. This is one of my dream servos. The one that I have is like, I think, half the price. But, either way, I mean, it gets the job done. I don't need this servo, but this thing is badass. It really is. The stronger the servo, the higher the stronger it's going to be to keep your wheels straight. That's going to help, you know, making sure you're straight. I already asked this question many times. Laylith Kishore, I already asked this question many times. Do you use dual rates on your speed cars? If yes, do you use the dual rates on throttle? No, I don't use my dual rates at all. All I do with Spartan and or Vision or Shockwave, I set the speed, the throttle speed. So let's say you floor it, right? Instead of it just going straight up to 100%, it just slowly gets on it. And, you know, for the most part, you want to train yourself to not just go like that, because you're not driving the car. It's not going to teach you how to be a good driver. You need to make sure you pull the throttle slowly so you know what to expect based on your output, but it limits you to a certain point. If I give a little bit more, instead of it jumping, it's just going to slowly go up. And you could, I'll do that on this remote actually. It's called the servo speed or channel speed. You can adjust your servo speed, your throttle speed, in which that's what it is. And that's that. You could do it for free on your remote. Usually all, you know, decent remotes, you know, can do this kind of stuff. Super easy. You don't have to touch dual rates. It's just the speed output of that channel. Just slow it down a little bit. It also lowers your voltage drop as well, because you're not dumping out all the power out at once. Yeah, I got to get a new 1.5 millimeter. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to tighten down the top, which is the main bolt. And this is how this servo horn's never going to pop off. You do this in this order. You do the little tiny bolts on the side. Not too tight, but tight enough. And bam, here we go. We're good, we're good. Or is what the young people might call it, Gucci. Or Gucci. Yeah, I think this is going to need a little bit of a spacer, which is no big deal. All right, so I'm going to turn the remote off for now. I'm going to install the gyro in after. In order for me to mount the servo, we're probably going to need a few screws. And what I want to do is make sure that I might go countersunk, actually. I might go with some countersunk screws, and I'm going to put a nice little thing on the end of it. Sorry, the little, I don't know what the hell they call it, the little spacer things. Yeah. Maybe I can go like this so you guys can see it a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. Gotta get some spacers. Let's see. Are these longer? Yeah, these are longer than stock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I want one more of these screws. 4. I'm getting the little countersunk washers just to add some, you know, finesse, some pinky up stuff to this build. It's the little things that go a long way. So that's that. Oh, I also need the little black plastic crap. Did I throw it away? I probably did. Yeah, it's no big deal. Since that the servo is a super high torque servo, what we're going to have to do is, because it's too tall and it's not resting flat, I got to put little spacer underneath the little servo tabs. Just bear with me. One, two, there we go. All right, that should be enough now. All right, so here I have these little spacer things. And just bear with me. Let's see. Trunk Music Ltd. Top of the morning to you from Texas. How's it going, Trunk Music? Top of the morning from freaking disgusting Florida. Verde Vampiro, Green Vampire, green greetings. How's it going? EWRC Chi-Town, what motor is that? This is a, well, here. It's a 20 horsepower Spectrum, 800 kV. And this guy wants to bash, like play around at 120. This is probably the perfect thing to go with. But as I said before, we're doing a ground up build. This thing has started from literally nothing. Just a bare chassis, and we're working our way up. We finally put the front and the rear end on the previous video, and we're actually making good progress now. Where'd my driver go? Now we're actually starting to get to all the electronics, which is a good thing. I'm just pretty much just getting the threads started. These things already. See, so just to show you guys, I have these little countersunk little washers that go on the other side. So when they screw all the way down, it has a little red essence around it. It's pretty cool. It looks super clean. And it just shows that, hey, I care about you. You know, that aspect. All right, so that's in. Let's load up the next countersunk washer. Oh, we got to do this spacer first. Hey, I care about you. I care about the car I'm building for you. Because I really do. For the people that buy the speedrun Typhons, my Midnight Typhon or even a regular speedrun Typhon, I care about those cars a lot. I genuinely do. I really do. It's not like I'm selling a product. I mean, it is, but I put my heart into it, so I love it. Will it fit in a Suga XLR? Oh, this motor? I don't think so. This motor is it's a 56 series, and it's 100, and it's big. This motor's packing some heat. I'm pretty sure it won't, but I don't know exactly. Chances are you probably have an 8-scale motor in that Asuga. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to accept a larger mount, the bolt positions. There we go. We got this beautiful servo mounted in this biatch. And now what I'm doing with the hand driver is just making sure, you know, the torque is the same all the way around. So yeah, that clutch can do its own clutch thing, but not all the time will it release at the same exact torque value. Saw this kind of move around a little bit. Make sure everything is tight. Tight, tight, tight. Okay, so this servo is officially in here. Nice. There you go. So servo is completely in there, and you guys can see, or maybe not, you can't see. You guys can see the little red halos around them. I love the countersunk washers. It just adds for a little bit of finesse, a little bit of pinky up action. I personally love it. Not red. I mean, I like red, but I like blue. I like the blue ones the most, and they're sweet. All right, now what we're gonna want to do. Let's see about this linkage. What I'm going to want to do is put this directly on top. Probably going to want to use a little bit shorter of a screw. Little bit shorter of a screw. This might be it. I guess not. This is slightly shorter. All right, so we'll go with this. Just because I don't want the underneath, the underside of the screw to rub against the receiver box. It still might be a little bit too long. Maybe I'll just use a spacer. Just use a spacer. Or I have a better idea. I use another one of those countersunk washers. Just so it can just go all together. It'd look pretty nice. Why the heck not? We'll go the extra mile. We'll go the extra mile. I think I could use this one because it needs to be a washer anyway. So the countersunk spacer actually is rather perfect. There you go. I can use this one. I know for a fact. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's get some Loctite. Let's see. You have the ADU motor mount. I mean, it might work then. I don't exactly know that motor mount, but if it can accept a larger motor, it might work. The only thing you got to worry about is the length. The length of the motor. I mean, this motor is just ridiculously big. And if you're just playing around, I think it's going to be too much. You know, this guy wants to play around at 120 miles an hour, which is, you know, a difference than playing around at 50, 60. If that's all you're looking for, it's really overkill. All right, so now we have this guy. Ooh, that looks clean. Clean. That's how we like it. We like it clean. All right, now I'm going to need a spacer for sure, and I know that because I said so. I don't think I need anything this long. Nah. It's going to have to be long, but not too long. I guess there's 2 of these things like this. See, this is why it's always good to have a whole spare box of spare tool thing of screws. You know, it's always good. You want to make sure you're always set and ready, just in case if you don't have the right stuff. You got to make sure you're ready to do something like this, ready to compensate if you don't have something. And I could tell you, with this whole screw bin right here, I've collected over the years. I've probably bought 3, 4 screw kits. I could probably build 2 or 3 of these Limitlesses with the same thing. It's just, you know, I've been in this for so long. I've just collected screws for so much. I don't think this is going to be long enough, unfortunately. It's going to be close. Yeah, it's actually going to be close. It's okay if it's pivoted down slightly, but we kind of want it as even Steven, while it's still being long enough to catch onto the grubs, not the grub screw, oh my god, the little lock nut, because we need to make sure the lock nut is doing its job. Let's see. Now let's get this thing up and going. Don't need Loctite on it because we have our lock nut. I think it's good. Alrighty. Here. Hopefully you guys can see. I'll move this. And now we have our steering servo hooked up. Here we go. You guys can see right over here, this linkage. We just put all these little red thingies in. Looks super clean, super nice. Look at that. Very nice. We also have the little red spacers on top. It's sweet. So when this lucky guy gets his car back, you know, going a little bit of the extra mile certainly goes a long way, because it just shows that you care. Hey, I care about that. I'm doing something for you. You know, it's not just like thrown together. And that's another reason that you should probably do this, especially if you're doing it for someone else. If you're doing it for yourself, you know, whatever. But someone else, you definitely want to take care of it. I might need a little bit longer of a screw. If this right here isn't long enough, I don't think I'm going to have anything else. Oh, yeah, this is. All right. So I'm just going to change this out real quick. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the live. We are building a 120 mile an hour Basher Limitless. And yeah, we have a 20 horsepower, ridiculous brushless motor inside this thing. It's over here. It's on the other side. It's hard to see. Welcome to the live. I appreciate all of you who are watching, who tune in. All right, so as I said, we need a little bit longer of a screw. Oh, damn it. This is the same size, so I just did double work for nothing. Is it long enough, though? I think it could be. I might just, yeah. I think it's fine. It's just me being double anal regarding a couple extra threads. But, you know, as I said, I don't like doing things the wrong way. But I know for a fact it'll still stay nonetheless, especially with a dot of Loctite. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to be double sure. Yeah, that's the right way. Never hurts to be double sure. All right. Yeah, the Loctite went all the way through, which is a good thing. All right, so servo is done. Now, what I don't want to do is the wiring. I just hate doing it. All right, I could move the receiver wires a little bit. I should probably just mount the XLX first. Where'd it go? Here it is. So here's our XLX. We have all these hilly wires. I could just mount right the heck here. I want to try to shoot a hole so I could still be able to bolt it. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I don't think, but it would be cool to have a bolt running all the way through to hold the ESC in without having to do it myself. But I think we're going to have to do it. What the hell does this hole even go to? It's a good question. It's a good question. Let's see. I think this has to go down. I think it does. Okay. Yeah, it's not reaching. It's not reaching. It's got to go down and to the right. Down to the left slightly. I hate cutting carbon. If you guys weren't here for the last or couple live videos, I hate cutting things. I hate it. But thankfully we don't have to do two. Let me try to think here. How can I mark? I think I already just found the way. Because I want to be able to shoot a hole through that's going to hold the ESC with one of these holes, and then I could just use shoe glue on the other side, and it'll easily be removable, yet still hold on really well. I choose this hole right here. I choose you. Okay. And that's how we mark a hole. So now we're going to have to shoot a hole through it. I don't want to do this. You ever see that meme? I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. Sounds like me arguing with me. All right. I'm tired of this. That's too damn bad. All right. So there's a little bit of Loctite where I put the ESC. Oh. I put Loctite as like a marker. You can see on that one hole right over here. I put a little bit of Loctite. So when I placed it down, it actually marks where it should be going. Let's see comments. Let's see comments. Chris Lang, do I still need the rear brace with that full chassis brace? You don't need it, but I have it. But I have it installed. It's fine. If you don't need it, you could get rid of it. But you know, if you can still use it, why the hell not? So yeah, we are still indeed using the rear brace. The front, we're also using the front. Just because he's going to bash it and it might just be better. Yeah, so Alfonso, sorry. Good day, everyone. Someone asked if the motor will fit in an Asuga. I have the Hobby Wings 1650 and I had to cut space. Okay, so here's what he was saying. If, what's it called? If he's using a 1650 compared to what this motor is, the 1650 is a great motor for that, by the way. It's perfect. But the 1650 is literally small compared to what's in here because this is a 5th scale motor. Ridiculous. Yeah, so it might give you too much torque. It might blow your transmission, and just avoid it and get a 1650. Actually, I have 2 motors that are identical size, and if you guys throw a little super chat thing out, or I don't know, the tip or something, I'll actually do a short comparison here for you, and I'll show you exactly the size difference of each motor, because I have the same motor, the same can size motor with what's in here, but Castle. What's going in? RC Cravers, it's Fusco. Oh my god, long time no see. No here, no see. What's up? Now that you mentioned the chassis brace, I'm trying to put this one in. Yeah, so one thing that you really want to do is make sure you put everything in. At the end of the build, you want to do a nut and bolt kind of thing. Where's my 2.5? I'm just going to do this real quick. Two five. So it's on that side. Let's see here. This is annoying as hell. That could be why. Strange. All right. One screw hole is testing me. It's testing me. Whoa. Okay, that was ridiculous. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, with the chassis brace, we're still using the rear one. It's just hard to put the bottom of the chassis brace into the little slot cut into the chassis. So I just had to pivot it and loosen it up a little bit. That was annoying, but we did it. Yeah, it's pretty geared to the moon, but it's also 800 kV. Keep in mind, it's got half the RPM that a 1650 has, and a 1650 isn't, you know, really a high revving motor to begin with. Yeah, so it's geared for about 110, 120 about, and he wants to do around 120. Wants to do 120 back and forth, which is all good. Okay, we're gonna remark it because it kind of moved over. Whew. All right, we got it. We got it. Now we're gonna drill into this expensive carbon chassis, which I don't recommend. Only do it if you're an OG. Only do it if you know what the hell you're doing, which is really what I mean. I'm gonna put this under. Okay, do not do this. Gotta make sure it's directly up and down too, and then we're gonna taper. Then we're gonna taper it right after I screw a hole in here. Went right through my pit mat, but that's all right. All right, now I'm gonna get my vacuum because carbon fiber is horrible for you and it's a health hazard. All right. Oh no, it just went through the napkin. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. See, I'm a smart noodle. All right. Now I have a little what's it called? A taper? I forgot what the hell this thing is called. I'm just brain dead, I guess. Countersink. It countersinks the you see this little drill bit? When it goes around and around and around, it makes a conical hole. So we could actually get a screw with a countersink, a countersunk head on the other side of the chassis, so it'll be flush. This is how you professionally do this. Well, not professionally, but you know, if you're not a professional, the best way to do it if you're not a professional. What I like to do is just do a little bit on the top just to clean it up. Yeah, right there. That's good. I was about to blow it like an idiot, but so now we just clean the burrs off the top. If you just shoot it on the top real quick. Now I'm going to turn this over, and all right, now we're going to want to go kind of slow. Go slow. I think I want another napkin. A nappy. Yeah, because we do not want carbon fiber going anywhere but the ground. So now I'm going to go actually very slow and easy on this, and I'll show you what you know, I'll show you. Oh, there you go. And I'll show you guys exactly what you know, what I'm doing here. Pretty damn close. There we go. All right, that's good. It looks pretty damn good. All right, so now here's the other hole with the napkin in it. I guess I could just hook it up, literally. Do not breathe carbon in. Now what I did with the napkin was actually kind of deburr it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna try to clean it up a little. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys, I'm gonna manhandle you, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did. Now you're gonna see the hole that I made right over there. That one right there. You see how similar it is? I countersunk it a little bit more, but that's all right. You know, you pretty much want to try to mimic exactly what it is. And we did a pretty damn good job, you know, for not being a machine. Consistency is key. A-grade work right here. This is A-grade work. So now I can actually add, oh, perfect, one of these countersunk guys. You can, I don't know, the damn camera doesn't want to zoom. Either way, I'm going to add one of these, and this is what's going to hold the ESC in place, but I'm also going to put shoe glue on the other side, so it's going to be stuck on and bolted in. So it's really a two-way, it's a double way to be held in. Very good. That was easier than I thought. I still hate it. Okay. Done. 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 Dun, 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 dun. Try to do this right here. All right. ESC is now moved to this side. I'm going to flip this back around. Yeah, so that is a pretty good gear that you did, that you mentioned. It's a 50-tooth pinion gear. Did you see that, RC? It's 50-tooth, 800 kV Spectrum motor. And for the most part, I'm going to show you guys, you know, what else is elsing. Okay, now we could actually, hopefully, mount this damn ESC. Yeah, one bolt is all you need if you're doing shoe glue under it as well. Shoe glue holds really well, but you definitely want to have a bolt in there additionally because yes. Oh, did I drop something? Where'd that one screw go? All right, I'll just use this one. Gonna do this. We're gonna want to put some lock. We definitely want Loctite on it. And before I do this, I need another paper towel. Hang on. I'm going to use 2 different paper towels. I'm just going to use this one to clean. Now, what you want to do before you mount the ESC, I don't care where it is, plastic, carbon, aluminum, chrome, whatever. Alcohol. You want to use some alcohol. You want to, you know, pretty much make sure the surface is decontaminated with the alcohol. That's what you want to do. It's going to allow the shoe glue, whatever, to adhere a lot better. And you want to do this on both the ESC and wherever the hell it's going to go. Make sure it's dry too. I have a fan right there, dummy. Okay. All right, now with the shoe glue, you don't even need a lot, you know. Where's this going? This is going this way. XLX2 mounting time, guys. Finally, we're up to this part. This car's going to be sweet. Yeah, that seems about damn near where it needs to go. What I want to do, well, here's my screw. Maybe I'll slightly screw it in with the screw, and then I'll use my flathead to put the shoe glue underneath. Oh, perfect. Guys, I don't think I could do this again. How perfect I eyeballed it in there. By making the hole, countersinking it. This is genuinely the way to do it. And this ESC is not going to go anywhere, I guarantee it. The bolt's going to keep it in place. Now, it's still not in there. It's being held in by the one little screw. So, as I said before, I wish I could just stay up like this. Yay, there you go. All right, now I'm going to take my very long flathead and the shoe glue over here. I'm going to put it on the tip of the flathead and just stick it underneath. I'm going to put some shoe glue in there. This is what's going to make it hold on. It's going to hold on basically forever until you want to take it off. That's why I like shoe glue. It'll never come off unless you want it to. And with that principle, I've never been questioning this stuff otherwise. Very nice. Okay, so I got one little thing. I'm going to do a little patch area in the front and then the back. Okay. All right, this and this. Now I'm going to want to make sure it's going on straight, because once this glue dries, there's no moving it. Woo! And there we go. ESC's not going anywhere. Just got to make sure it doesn't want to move positions on us. There we go. XLX2 mounted. Now we put the big motor. Uh-oh. Where did this go? Okay. There we go. XLX mounted. Yeah, 2028. That's the equivalent size with what this motor is compared to, well, the 2028 and this. They're damn near competitors. Same principle of motor spec, large scale, low kV, all that crap. Now I'm going to plug. Oh, if I could give my back a break first. Okay. doesn't matter. How's it going, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. If you guys are new here, we're building a brand spanking new Arrma Limitless 20 horsepower motor. The customer states he wants to go really fast and still play around. So this thing's going to be set up for 120 miles an hour. And he can play around with it. You know, 4, 5, 6 passes at least until he's going to have to cool down a little bit. And so that's that. Also, real quick, if you guys appreciate the advice that I give out to you, or if you guys just want to donate to the channel, I appreciate every bit, whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. All proceeds go to building the channel, so I appreciate every bit of it. Thank you, thank you. If you don't, I still appreciate you guys. No, I hate you. No, I appreciate you guys. Which way does this go in? This way. This away. This thing right here. What's your next move on the rally? Trunk Music Ltd. Well, I'm actually working on the one project that I've been keeping, you know, hidden for the last couple years. So I'm going to try to get that project moving in the next couple weeks, because I'm going to be leaving in a few weeks, and there's still some stuff I want to do down here in Florida, well, South Florida, before I move up to North Florida. So I'm holding off on the Relarlo stuff. And yeah, as much as I love their cars, it's just the videos just don't hit the market, and you know, it's difficult to keep doing them when I make maybe $10 a video. It's not even worth it. But I still push, and I'll still do videos on them just because I like doing this stuff. But the fine line is starting to be drawn, and that's why I got to push this project that I've been you know, that I've been hiding, because I can guarantee, you know, I'll make my gas money on that video. So, which is $40-50. It's all, you know. But I'm getting to the point where stuff needs to be worth what I do, because well, I'm doing stuff really well, and you know, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just, if you do something good, you're doing it for the community, you're helping people out. At some point, you gotta get stuff given back. So that's the only thing. I appreciate Relarlo, I really do, and I love that rally car. I really, really like it. I brought it one time to the late what's it called? They do like drag racing. So there's like a road down here in Florida. They do a lot of drag racing, and all I just ran it on 4S, and it did really well. Stock motor with a Mamba XESC. It did like 40-50 miles an hour. Gun it, pew, just goes straight. It's an impressive vehicle. And I know for a fact that thing would probably kill in the drag world if you put some foams on it. Some foams, run it on 5 or 6S, the little baby TP motor. Ooh, that thing could probably run 1.3s, 1.4s. Based on how light it is, it'd probably go after some serpents. You know, but I could try to get into that, but again, I still don't care much to, because that's just not where the market is. All right, so now I have to put this gyro in. Gyro needs to gyro. Where's my battery? Make sure both these fans also work as well. Oh yeah. That's grape. Grape. All right, we got power in here. Where am I going to leave this out? Probably out over here on this side. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing. It's just really hard to get to. That'll be perfect. All right. Let's see if we got power to the steering servo now with the gyro in. Oh, there we go. That scared the crap out of me. It's a powerful servo. Wow. This servo is awesome. All right, let's kill power. All right, now that I know for a fact this thing's getting power, the servo's in the right position, today, Junior. What's it called? The gyro's in the right position. We have everything in the right way. Now I could get to zip tying it and cleaning it up, in which I'll show you guys after once it's you know, done. But this is one thing that needs to be done. That's not the most entertaining, but it has to be done. All right, comment check, comment check. Is that fan really going to be effective? So here's the thing. Even if there were to be one of those crazy thick fans, and believe me, I've had them, those fans blow a lot more air, yes. But if something's going to get hot, it's going to get hot no matter what. Okay, so let's say you could cool something off a little bit quicker, right? That's not going to cool whatever's going on inside the motor. So let's say the motor is 160 degrees and, you know, it's sustaining at 160. Inside the motor is probably 180 at least. So motor damage is still going to start to be caused. If something's going to get hot, it's going to get hot no matter what. Plus, I think he's going to run this on 6S. 6S with this 800 kV motor, it's probably going to do probably at least 100 on 6. 8S probably 120. No, 120, 130 on 8 at least. But these fans, they'll help after, let's say, 5 or 6 passes. You pop the hood, you put it in the shade, and in like 5 minutes, then it'll cool it off. You know, that's what's good about the fans. Instead of running an extra battery, you know, instead of having to, oh my God, make more room, because if we had a larger fan, it wouldn't even fit inside the body. So there's just a lot more stuff to do with that. But these fans, these fans really move. And by the way, these fans are not even running the high voltage. This is just whatever the XLX comes out of the box. I think it's 5.5 volts. So we could bump it all the way up to 8, and it's going to blow a hell of a lot of air. So to answer your question, yes, it will blow a lot of air. But, you know, vice versa. Even if we had those big fans or dual fan, whatever, if something's going to get hot, it's going to get hot no matter what. So even if we had the big fans, it's still going to get hot. You know, what you need is a cold air intake. You need a good heat sink, which the motor has, and a constant source of power. So let's say that battery-powered fan dies as you're running it. You're not really going to have any more flowing air. But, you know, it's no big deal. I personally like these, and I wouldn't have this guy go with these fans if I knew that it wouldn't, and I knew that they wouldn't perform. I know for a fact these fans are legit. The Low Pro, actually I have one right here. The Low Pro 50 full aluminum. These things are sleeper fans. They really are. Yeah, so they'll 1000% blow enough air. I know that for a fact. Okay. Nice. ESC is mounted perfectly. Perfectly. It's what we like. Can I mount this in here? Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, but probably not. Maybe I could mount the switch right here. Now, just wherever you put your switch, just make sure it's not in line with the drivetrain or moving axles or parts and any of that stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to mount the switch. You know, you could just glue it anywhere, really. You don't have to be fancy with it. And then eventually I'm going to have to... I'm probably going to make this... Probably go this way. There you go. Yeah, definitely I'm going to invest in some new equipment when I'm in Tallahassee, just because I have the room, and I'll tripod to go right over everything so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Where'd my tire go? Pivot this up slightly. You know. Time's it. Time check. I think I need a water. Alright, so we don't need to touch the remote for a while now, because now we're just working on getting the ESC wire, this behemoth schmucking wire. We're going to work on getting that situated here. And I think since I spaced out the fan a little bit, because I put little lock nuts underneath it, I could run the wire underneath, so it's going to force it to not go to the axle, or sorry, the drivetrain and drive shaft area. And it's going to look natural and clean and nice. That's what you want it to really look like, is natural and clean. You don't want to compromise that. You got a $1,000, $2,000 car, you know. Want it to look sick, respectfully sick. There you go. That's our last wire that's going to go into this thing. All right, now we need more zip ties. This video is sponsored by this big ass bag of zip ties. It's like $5 on eBay or Amazon. Get some. Very useful all the time. And I'm not going through it any. 0.8 pounds, 150 millimeter zip ties. Definitely something to, if you're in the hobby, definitely get the zip ties. Oops. All right. Just gonna make sure everything is, I'm trying to fold all the wires so that they sit nice and neat inside the receiver box. You know. Oh, that's nice. And best of all, it's not gonna pop out, which is nicer. I could do this right here. I just gotta have the wire go like a certain way, or else I won't sleep well at night. Yes, sir. Earl Moorhead. Absolutely. RC 101. Shoe glue. Shoe glue. Loctite. Zip ties. It's huge. And it has to be black zip ties. If they're like the clear, ugly white one, no. That's going to slow your car down because it looks so ugly. Don't even bother with the white zip ties. Don't do that to yourself. Alright, now we could wrap this up. Look at that. Look at all that extra space. Rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, I guess. I should get some music going. It's kind of boring listening to nothing. What kind of music do you guys listen to? Let me know. Let me know. Like Linkin Park. You guys listen to Linkin Park at all? five finger death punch. Any of that. I don't have a speaker, but I probably have to get one. So we can get jamming in here. Okay. The way that I like to round up all the wire, you'll see exactly what I do. I'm going to point you guys over to this. It's an exact way that I like to make these wires. So that even if you do pop open the what's it called? Even underneath the receiver box, something that you don't see, if you take it off and it shows, oh my God, you actually made the wires all go in the same line to get, like, that shows you care. You know, not just for clamped up inside the box. That shows, like, hurry up and get out, give me money. No, we're not about that. We're about being genuine. That's what we want. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. We did that. My scissors. Let's see. I miss back in the day music. Yeah, man, me too. Me too. I'll get what other phone do I have here? I have the trap phone that's right there so I can read comments. Is it even updating? No, it's not updating. What a waste. Stacy Q, Beastie Boys, and Madonna. Yeah, we get the Madonna jamming up in here, up in this word I can't use because I didn't hit the profanity tab. We could get some Madonna playing. That'd be hilarious. Get some Madonna. Imagine doing this listening to Material Girl. Oh my God, I am blind. And we're still going to have to take out the ESC to receiver plug because we're still going to have to tune the ESC. 100%. We're going to have to. You know, because if God gives you lemons, you tune a Castle ESC with it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably going to put the receiver wires, dual receiver wires in last because I just don't want to lock them in just yet. All right, I'm going to point this over. Oh, very nice. All right, so here we go. ESC, well, not the gyro yet, just because I'm going to mount it on top of the receiver box. But ESC is mounted. You can see there's a little bit of shoe glue underneath. There's also a bolt holding in this whole ESC. Oh, I still didn't mount the, I still haven't concluded a place on where to put this. I might just put it like right over here, the on-off switch. But you guys can see the ESC to receiver wire, right? This is where the gear that wants to eat the wire goes, okay? So it's actually underneath the fan, very slightly. That's hard to see. Oh my God, look at this impeccable zoom. It's hard to see. Really hard, but it's going to come out. Oh, there we go. So you guys can see I have little lock nuts right over there. And it's coming out that way. Nothing is crushing the wire because the lock nuts were already there. The wire is just naturally going straight to the receiver box. And you can see if you pop the receiver box, the wires are actually categorized very nicely inside there. So if you want to take it out, you're not undoing a zip tie and you have a whole wire mess. You're just going to have one related wire to deal with instead of, like, if everything was zip tied in the same thing, which shows like I'm lazy, just bunch it all together. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Very nice. And it's also not going to go anywhere. It's not going to pull out. There's no slack in it, but there's also a little bit of, as I said, play before. A little bit of play so that it could still breathe in case if you crash, you're not going to stretch or break anything. This thing is built perfectly. Now we're going to want to take the super glue, otherwise known as the forbidden eye drops. I use Starbond multi-purpose. It's really good stuff. I have thin, medium, and thick. I prefer the medium because yes, I like medium. And we're just going to stick it on there. Since it's a brand new car, you don't have to purify. If it's super glue, you don't have to like super glue. Oh my God, alcohol to surface. It's no big deal on that. Just put a dot of super glue here, a dot of super glue on the other side, so it's going to hold in at 2 points. Nice. Very clean, low profile. And we know for a fact it's not going to go anywhere. And, you know, you just want this to look professional. This guy's probably got about $2 grand wrapped up into this build. You need to make sure this thing is on point. The last thing you want to do or have him see is like, hey, I don't care about your build. Let me just wrap all the wires up. Something as little as that. A customer can actually think that, you know. But these are toys. But you'd be surprised, you know, if you're spending good money, expect good work. All right, ABC, finally with these motor wires. Could probably do something with them now. Let me see over here. Let's see. Catching up on comments real quick. Finding jazz music, one of my go-tos since I make music. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Inspiring and constructive. If you could leave a link, if you have like YouTube stuff or I don't know, whatever, leave a link below Trunk Music. I'd like to hear what kind of music you make. Michael J, what kind of a camera were you thinking of getting to make these live streams easier for you? So honestly, I think just a better tripod or something just to hold my phone over here. I think that would, you know, be really beneficial so you guys can see. Or, I mean, I have my GoPro, but that thing loves to overheat, and then truthfully, I don't trust it. I hate GoPro. So I was thinking of just investing in some kind of a something just to hold my phone, so you guys, so I don't have to like flip the whole car up like this, you know, but something so you guys can see directly up and down. I don't know exactly, but I've been needing to do research, but I've been pretty backed up with work. So this is just going to have to do for now. It's still working. All right. All the plugs go in. Ah, nice. Nice and tight. You need these plugs to be tight. You need them to be tight. Nice. Got all these sexy wires. And what I'm going to do is wrap them up nice and neat. Nice and neat, nice and neat. I could do that almost last. I was actually thinking of making these wires shorter, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did not. Ooh, this build is sweet. This thing is eye candy. One thing that I'll say, if you put bullets in, right, brand new bullets, I started them right before the previous live stream. If they go in easy, that is not what you want. This thing's going to spit back out when you're under load. So what you need to do ever so carefully is take like a little driver and move carefully the little leaf springs out so it clamps inside the ESC. Well, oh my God. So the ESC holds on to the bullet a lot easier. So the ESC bullet does. That's a lot better. Where it kind of scrapes and it holds, it's going to make a much better connection. It's also going to lower resistance, believe it or not. There's a more secure connection. If you have a loose connection, it's going to arc. It's going to destroy your bullets. It's going to spit out. Oh, let's say it spits out and you're still in the throttle. Bam, your ESC blows up and your car catches fire. There goes your $2,000 bill. All over a $5 bullet. Well, when you're pulling 600 amps, the shit matters. It does. You need to be careful. You really do. You make sure you cross your T's and dot your W's. All right, so we just did the power switch. We just mounted these things in. I guess we could put power to this thing now. I need, hopefully, a lower voltage battery, maybe a 3S. Hang on. All right. I got a semi-low voltage battery. Here's a it's a 4S IRC 10,000. Thing is huge. But either way, we're not running it on 8S or 6S or 5S. You just want to make sure that we test this thing on low voltage, make sure everything's going right. And yeah, we still have to button up a couple things here. Still got to do that. Now, I just want to double check. Positive, negative, positive, back down to ground. Yes. Okay. Woohoo! All right, nothing blew up. If it doesn't blow up now, that means it's probably good. Let me check. Hang on, I got to refresh chat. Okay. What the heck is that? I don't know. All right. So let's turn this remote on. Now, none of the tires are on, obviously, and you don't want them on when you test it like this. You know, so, all right, remote is on. And what I do before we calibrate the car, you want to make sure everything's at 0. So the throttle, the steering, all that crap, because we're doing the alignment. Well, I'm going to do the alignment off steam, just because it's boring. Endpoint, all your endpoints are good. Sub trims are at 0. Left, right, 0, 0, good. All right. And yeah, we're running 5.5 volts to the receiver, so we'll have a lot more fan action. And this is still good. Full throttle. Uh-oh. Well, it's not an uh-oh. I know exactly what's going on. So here. Have you guys ever tried calibrating your Castle ESC? Let me try to just move this over a little bit. You guys ever try calibrating a Castle ESC and you try to calibrate and it doesn't? Well, I'm going to learn you guys today. Where's the ESC up here? All right, so there's going to be an LED that's coming out of here, and you're going to see it. It's right over here. You can see how it goes green, red, yellow, whatever. If I hold full throttle and it's a full red, that means the ESC is acknowledging from the remote. The remote's giving reverse, and that means you need to reverse it from the remote, because when you go full throttle, it should show up green. Obviously, green is go. That's Big Reg. What's going on? How are you? How are you? Okay, so now I'm going to reverse it on here real quick, actually. Reverse throttle. All right. Now I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to hold full throttle, just like that. Now this should be a solid green. Remember it was red? There you go. Now we've entered the calibration sequence, right? Neutral. Now it's telling you it wants you to go red, which is reverse. Hold full reverse. ESC acknowledged. Now wants you to do neutral, which is just let off. And there you go. We're calibrated. Kill this thing. All right. Now that the ESC is off, now we're actually going to put some power to it, because this car is a virgin. This thing has never actually ran until now. Finally is the time. This thing is actually going to see some power. Got to make sure we watch our plugs. Okay. We also got to make sure it's going the right way. Steering works. So I'm giving throttle and it's going backwards. Oh my God, but wait, you just said to reverse it on the remote. Yes, but now the ESC is acknowledging and it's actually giving throttle, but with the transmission, with where they're, or whichever way the motor is, it's spinning the opposite direction. So what we need to do in the data log or the data link, we need to reverse motor direction, which is K. Just so all the wires, 1, 2, 3 is 1, 2, 3, not 3, 2, 1. You know, that's the lazy way to do it if you're running sensorless. If your wires are all crossing for clump, man, do it right. So hang on real quick. I'm getting my laptop. All right, we're going to do some data logging. Not really. I'm just going to tune the ESC a little bit. Let's move this. Let's move this. Let's move this. Let's move this. This. All right. All right. So if you guys have never tuned a Castle ESC, it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Here is our schmucking, whatchamacallit thing. All right. Oh, yeah, no, you guys didn't see that. All right, so I'm just going to do it over here. That was the bill that I've been hiding for 2 years. Man's got some dust on him, but it's brand spanking new. All right, so I just turned on my laptop here and let me just move that. Not sure if you guys can see. I don't. This is ridiculous. Let me just do it real quick. All you're doing is going into the Castle data link here, and then you're going to want to plug this into the ESC wire. ESC wire from obviously the ESC. As I said, we're definitely not going to have to close the box up yet because we're still going to have to tune the ESC, in which that also means we could put more power to the receiver, giving the fans more power as well. Okay. So yeah, our BEC voltage is 5.5 volts. We'll bump that up to like 7.5, in which under load, that's probably going to be like, I think 80, yeah, I think 80% break will be fine. Reverse, we want very little reverse, so 20-25%. Sensorless motor timing, take all the timing out. Motor direction reverse, and we could take the auxiliary wire mode off, so we have longer time regarding the frequency that the data log records at. So we can actually take all that out, and hopefully we're just about done. Well, regarding the tune. All right, now when I give throttle, it should be the correct way. Should. If it doesn't, we're screwed. Okay. Just making sure this is all in, nice and tidy. It's the way we do it around here at IRC. Okay, nice and tighty. Now we're going to turn this guy back on. Where did oh. Now we're just going to bench test it once more. There you go. Now those fans are moving. And same thing, the servo is quicker too. It's quicker, it's more powerful. That's awesome. My hands can't hold the servo back. It's impressive. And there we go. Now it's going the right way. If you guys can see the direction on my throttle, Perfect. Now what I'm going to do off camera is actually run it for like 10 minutes, not fast, but I'm just going to have it like idle itself at like 20% throttle just so that the diffs break in and all that, and you know. So that was pretty easy. Actually, oh, I'm going to have to make sure probably at a later date if the brakes are good, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine with this big motor if he runs higher voltage too. Okay, so we're done with this. We put power to the car. Everything is, for the most part, good until we lock it up. Okay. All right, so yeah, so that's it. You know, tuning the ESC isn't hard at all. It's easy, and once you start doing it, you know, you'll see why I don't use the auxiliary, because it's already done. You know, it's already done. I don't want to have to program the auxiliary, this and that, because I'd still be programming it. This is the oh, that's the other one. It's going with the heavy duty. Okay. Now we're gonna want to here you go. I'll put this down a little bit for you guys. Now we're gonna need some more screws, because now we're gonna secure the top in, because we're good. We've tuned the ESC. Everything is running right and not left. Or even like maybe a head mount for my phone. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool if I could do that. I'm still trying to think like what would be the best thing to hold my phone so you guys can see. A head mount would be probably one of the best things, only be I don't know. I'm just shooting the shit. I don't know. Make sure no wires are caught in the way. You're screwing the receiver box down. I did this one time a long time ago. I was in a rush and I was out at the speed run road. I was like, hurry up, let's do this and get it done. There was actually the ESC wire directly in the middle where the screw was supposed to go, and I shot the bolt through, and I'm like, why isn't the vehicle running and shorting out? $200 mistake. No, $240 mistake. So, as I said, make sure you take your time and you do it right. Oh, nice. This thing went together really well. Very fluent, very easy. Yeah, trunk music, definitely. If you have a link, try put the link in the comments if you can. Unless, you know what? Unless YouTube might moderate it, and they might like take it. What's it called? They might hide it. I don't know. So maybe your channel or something like that, so we could listen. Oh, perfect. This is where the gyro is going to go. Now, since it's going on plastic, I'm going to want to make sure it's clean. I don't have any tape, but we'll use shoe glue and a dot of super glue. Okay. Shoe glue, super glue, and all I'm doing with the super glue is making sure it stays like, you know, it's just so it gives the shoe glue time to dry. I'm not ultimately using the super glue to hold it, although yeah, it's gonna help holding it. But can I just put you guys like this, like on my chest, a chest mount, so you guys can see me work? Yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, so this is the gyro. It's right outside the receiver box. Everything in here is already done. So you can see how nice and fluent it is. I didn't bend the wire in any certain way. I just positioned it exactly to where, oh my God, with these receiver wires. I just positioned it perfectly to where when I mount it, it's going to go exactly where I want, which is right here, all the way up in the front on a flat surface. Yeah, from the receiver box. And you can still remove it because it's going to be mounted on the receiver box top. You know. Today is gym day. What time is it? 2? Oh my God, it's 1? Oh, my watch is an hour ahead. How's it 1 o'clock? I thought oh, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Holy crap. Time flies when you're building stuff. Okay, a dot of shoe glue. Smack in the middle of the receiver box, and we got to make sure that the bell crank doesn't hit it, the steering bell crank. Now we got to kind of work fast here just because the shoe glue does not lock all the way. Or it doesn't lock instantly. Okay, so I have my accelerator out. I just want to make sure it's as straight as possible. Dot should be locked in now. Ooh, it's close to being locked in. I need another squirt of super glue. I just made like a little bead around the side, you know, just so, because if you super glue something, it could dry and look really white and it could look crappy. So to avoid that, you want to have a little bead underneath the wire so it's hard for anyone to really see ultimately. And so that still does its job. Again, we heard this is going to be a clean build, not an ugly build. This is the accelerator I'm using. Nice. Should probably put a dot on the other side just so it dries flat. I have to take this thing off now. The glue. Come on, going that way. Just got to act quickly with this one. There you go. And it instantly hardened. So now we have our gyro up on top. Gyro is actually mounted pretty nicely. All right. Done, done, done. 1, 2, 3. Then what I like to do for safe measure regarding how it looks, because we know that when super glue dries, it makes white crust or whatever, you know. So what I'm doing is putting a dot of WD-40 over it, and that actually gets rid of that white crap. I don't know. Just so it looks good, nice and neat. I need a little bit more. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Nice. Let's put this away. All right, so yeah, let me show you real quick. This is what we got so far. ESC is in, motor is in, all the receivers and wiring is in as well. I still got to mount the receiver antennas. I'm going to actually do my little zip tie magic with these wires right over here. And so far, we're damn near good. I mean, the vehicle's up and running, tireless. You know, we don't have the tires on yet. That's no big deal. What was I just going to do? Oh, zip ties. Zip ties. Oh. Got a bunch of these nice little zip ties over here. What receiver are you using? The receiver, it's a R2006GS. So it goes to the Futaba. I used to run it, but I just switched over to Radio Link, and the receivers are cheaper. I did it for a financial reason. But yeah, so it's R2006GS. It's got the two antennas. That's why there's two antennas. That's a why. How can I do this? Right over here. I'm going to show you guys this zip tie magic. You know, there's a certain amount of zip ties that you want to use on a car for, you know, everything, but I would say for motor wires, this is a respectable thing to do. And it's tricky, it is, but if you start doing it, you're going to do it to pretty much everything, which is what I'm going to recommend. And my dad showed me this probably 10 years ago. Shout out to him. Make sure the wires are relaxed, you know, because you don't want to force them to be a certain way that they don't want to go. Then it's going to look janky. You don't want anything to look janky. Okay. Skizzers. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. 100 hearts. I don't know what that does, but thanks for the hundreds and hearts. That's awesome. What was that? I'm so sorry. I hate when I hit the settings option. It just brings me completely out of YouTube. That's stupid. Or it makes me stop streaming. I don't know. Still getting used to this crap. Okay, halfway done with zip tie magic here. Let's see. Give the Jose Cruz, give this man my respect. You've taught us a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you. I taught you guys a lot. I appreciate. And I'm doing 2 sets of zip tie magic just because these wires are long. Don't be shy to use extra zip ties, but you need to know where and when to use them. So if you're caught using zip ties to hold a battery in, no, that's where you don't want it. You need to make sure you do it right. Let's see, Jose Cruz. I work at a hobby shop. Oh wait, hang on. There's something in the way here. Jose Cruz, I work at a hobby shop and we keep your videos on all the time. Really? Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's crazy. That means a lot. That really means a lot. So, like, what kind of videos? You do like the live? Well, I mean, I've been recently doing the live, so I'm guessing like the real videos, right? That's awesome. Trying to think exactly where I want these zip ties to go, because once you set it, there's no going back. I mean, unless you clip them. Unless you clip them. Yeah, no, that really means a lot that you guys are at a hobby shop and you're having the videos play. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Janae Cruz, how's it going? It's going. I'll certainly tell you that it's going. Thank you. How's it going on your end? Jose Cruz, your YouTube builds and speed runs. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so the road that I used to do speed runs on, they repaved it, so there's tar all over it. They put reflectors on it, and now it's a live road. So unless I rent out an airstrip, I can't even run Spartan or Vision anymore. You know, I stopped at 160, and then they started doing construction on the road, and you know, I'm not gonna run this on a regular, you know, road. It's to be a very nice road, so I don't risk myself or the car or anyone else. I don't want to run it in live traffic. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. But I actually have plans for the channel otherwise. So yeah, it sucks. But as time goes on, the way to, you know, do better or have like a better channel is to adapt to changes in my life. I know you guys love speed runs. Don't get me wrong, I do too. But like about a year ago, you know, and there's only so much I could do on the current road where I run midnight at 120. That's all I can get. You know, I can't stay in it, get more. It's hard to get 130 on that road, and you know, if I have Spartan doing 160 with one motor and friggin' Vision with literally ×2 of whatever Spartan had, it's a pointless car. It's a pointless build. I can't run them. You know, so it's a $2,500 dual motor full carbon speed run car I can't run. You know, unless I rent out a airstrip, and that'd be cool. But I can't. I don't have that privilege, unfortunately. But fortunately, I have other ideas for the channel that literally scream innovation, which is still going to keep the, you know, the name going. So I'm going to try to change the channel around from being, you know, I mean, it's still like high-end speedrun related because I'm still going to use the electronics, but different principle. And that principle I have 98% built right there. Is that yeah, that's the wing to it right here. That's all I'm showing you guys. I've been keeping this car where I'm pointing to the wing right now. That's another full carbon build that I've been keeping hidden for 2 years. And that's a prototype of a principle that I want to keep doing. It's so cool. Just don't want to launch it yet. Not yet, not yet. But we will. Plans I have for that, that's just a single motor version of what I'm doing. But then I want to do a dual motor. Then I want to do a single motor big block and, you know, so on and so forth. That's going to be cool. I promise it will. Promise. All right, so zip tie magic. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to manhandle you guys real quick. All right, so look at this. Right? ESC. All the wires are mounted minus the receiver wires. I'm going to get to that after. But you guys can see right over here. Wires are super duper nice and clean, leading from the motor. Now what I'm going to do is just have one more zip tie and try to zip tie it kind of down just like that, just so it's lower profile, up and over everything, so nothing's hitting the drivetrain, and then we're pretty much mounted regarding the motor. I mean, the motor's already mounted. We're just doing zip tie magic stuff, I think. Whoa! I almost showed you guys. Okay, good. I almost showed you guys that car. And can I do this? Yeah, I can. I would like to bring it closer to here. Maybe I'm just gonna have to I don't want to drill a hole though. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Let's see. Comment. Yeah, it does suck, but it's all good. Jose Cruz, I'd like to see an actual EDF FPV build. Help us out with with some decent tips and tricks. Yeah, I was actually thinking of getting the EDF TwinTurbo back up and going. I had a couple issues with the EDF, the turbine, so I had to buy new ones, but I just haven't gotten to it. So yeah, but regarding FPV, I could probably use the what's it called? The radio link. What I did with Eyeball, hence why I call him Eyeball. I have the little camera in there. But I could probably incorporate that into the EDF project. All right, so I'm loosening up the little fan mount. And what I would like to do somehow, I could probably do, no, I'll just do one wire. I just want it to look as professional as possible. I don't want it to look ratchet. And this right here should be able to hold it down. Okay. Oh, I can't do that yet. I gotta do this side. So this right here I've never done. I've never actually put a zip tie on one end of the clamp. But we're about to see how this goes. Oh, cool. Okay. It's gonna turn out a little bit better than I thought. Probably going to apply a little bit of heat just so it relaxes. You know, maybe I should do all three of them just so it's even looking. But yeah, so another reason why I kind of got out of the EDF thing is because there's a lot of people that started doing it. Not that that's a bad reason, but I just like doing things that are completely different and unique. And, you know, now there's like jet cars, EDF cars here and there. But and that's also kind of why I'm holding off on this project, because I know when I start doing it, then it's going to oversaturate it. And I'd rather have 2 cars ultimately built before I launch the first video. I want to make sure that, you know, I hit it to a T for the most part. That's all I want to do. Because there's no instructions on how to do this, but there's a lot of smart minds out there that will know how. But that's all good. It's just keeping the principle special, you know. Let's see here. Maybe I'm just going to go all 3 wires. I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do all 3 wires. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks a lot better. You know what? Maybe I should get rid of that zip tie magic and just use this. Yeah, I don't need extra. I could just clip that out. See, now this is really just me being extremely, you know, not trying to be perfect, but it's just me trying to be as clean as possible. It's just the way that I want this to be, you know. Oh, wait, I can't do it. Because it won't go on the other side. I see, I see. Maybe I can make it work. Let's see if we do this. This is just trial and error, trial and error. Because I also don't want it to look, you know, much with zip ties or anything. Did I miss it? Oh my god, I did. Alright, there we go now. We're just about done here. We are damn near done. Okay, now let's get the other zip ties up in here. I made a little standoff for the yeah, I think I gotta make that one longer. Goes through 100 zip ties. Yeah. Let me just get a bunch of them out so we have to stop reaching. It's just a certain way that I want it, you know. I like it looking pristine. I want it to look OEM, basically. Antson, okay, most of my 6S or higher RCs have a Spectrum receiver with the built-in AVC. Thoughts on that option compared to separate gyro? I mean, so if your electronics already have like the whole AVC active steering thing, use it. You know, you don't need a gyro. 1000% you don't need a gyro. You already have one basically. Yeah, you don't need one at all. I guess it's kind of cool that they now incorporate gyros into ESCs, you know. Guess it's cool. You don't need a gyro if you already have one that has, you know, a gyro. But in this case, Castle ESC gyros, so I probably prefer a standalone gyro anyway, just because if I don't want it, I have less technology in the ESC to go wrong with, I guess, just less tech. It's kind of like my real car. That's why I chose it to not be completely loaded, because the loaded one has so much more tech and wires and technology and all that. Like I don't need any of that, and more stuff goes wrong, as I've seen in the forums. So statement is true. You know, but I mean, if you just drive it within your reason, means, and whatever, you'll be more than fine, regardless. It's still cool that they have they're now putting ABC stuff inside the gyro ESCs. Oh boy! Oh, big stretch. Oh yeah, this looks a lot nicer the way that I did this, and now it's also going to be held closer down, which is what I want, without having to drill any holes, which is a no-no. Did I do this right? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Did I do it right? I just want this thing to look clean. Oh, that's why I had a lot more room. Damn. Boop, boop. Please stay in, please stay in, please stay in. All right, now we gotta do this. Okay, not too tight. Alrighty. I'm just trying to even out the wires. And I'm real picky with this, I really am. Just because there's a certain way that I like these things done. Okay. Why am I spending so much time on this individual thing with stupid zip ties? Because this is going to be the first thing that he sees. First thing that someone else is going to see. When someone sees this car, don't want them to say, ooh, that thing's ugly. You know. Take pride in your work. Let's see. Yeah, we're just about done with this. Hopefully. All right, so that looks good. I approve of this. Ooh, ouch. I feel like a woman. I just ripped my nail. How the hell did that happen? Voila. Hopefully, voila. Let's see. Just trying to get the spacing. Trying to get the spacing right of the wires. All right, here you go. This is what I did. So here you go. There you go. So now we see we have the XLX over here. Wires completely rigged up exactly where they're made to go. Super nice and clean. So the first thing that you guys see, it's not the XLX, not too much about that. It's probably going to be, you know, the wires. Oh, look how nice and neat they are. Subconsciously, you're going to see the wires. So, all right, so now that we got the wires all mounted up, Jose Cruz, let's see what's up. What are your thoughts on hobby products? I'm cool with Mohammed from. That's awesome. I'm pretty close to Mohammed actually, but yeah, I love Power Hobby stuff. I really do. They're up and coming. I'm also working with him on the side a little bit, trying to make new / different / original products, and you know, we're just trying to make Power Hobby a little bit better, trying to get it out more a little bit. And I love the products. I mean, I chose personally Power Hobby fans going in here, the Power Hobby servo going in there, the Power Hobby mount, the Power, you know, I love the products, but I want to try to make them a little bit more original. So it's no biggie on that, but great products, great precision, great cutting, whether it's metal things, whether it's carbon things, doesn't matter. Great quality. I like it. I like that it's also USA based. I'd like to get a shout out guys at the shop would like to get a shout out if possible at what's it called? We Are RC in Pennsylvania. All right, We Are RC in Pennsylvania. What's going on? Hi, shout out, scream. How's it going? Quick shout out to you guys over there. Oh my God, in Pennsylvania, it must be snowing like crazy up there. In Florida, if it's snowing 7 inches here in Florida, well, up north in Florida, like Pensacola, I couldn't imagine Pennsylvania. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Maybe if I do this, I don't know. I still want the wires like a certain way, or else I won't sleep at night, basically. I gotta sleep good at night. These wires are good. There we go. All right. Put these zip ties over here. Next step. I mean, we're pretty much damn near done. I need 3 bolts, so I could shoot the steering things back in real quick. We need that. We need tires, and then car's good. Car's done. One. Let's see here. 2. We need 3 though. 3. No, I'm not gonna use that one. Three. Yeah, that's fine. All right. What's up, Melvin Vega? How are you? What's up? Puerto Rico in the house, making progress. Yes, sir. We're like 98%. We're 98% done right now. We just did a lot of the wiring and stuff. Just trying to make sure it's nice and neat and pinky up. Pinky up. That's how I like to do it. I've put screws back that look like they've been used. That's how pinky up we are. How bougie. Because he wants a brand new build, he's going to get a brand new build. All right, so this side is good. Where's my gun? Right here. All right. Now we got to do this one right here. Uh-oh, I dropped the screw. Don't fall. Oh, crap. It took me forever to find you. Hang on. Got it. Awesome. Good to hear, Melvin. Good to hear. All right. So now we got to do this steering thing. There we go. Maybe that light's better. I always enjoy a great build. I'm glad you do. And I always enjoy people like you, like all you guys in here for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. We're 98% done. We are damn near done. All right. 1 screw left, then we're done with the hardware. All right. I'm jealous of the steering servo. I really am. Thing's got over 1,100 ounces. 1,100 at 8.4 volts. That's literally twice the amount of torque of what's in a Creighton 8S, and the servo is half the size. It's crazy. Okay. All right, so the steering is intact now. There we go. We just neatened up all of our wires. Everything looks professional. All bolts are sunk in. All bolts have Loctite. I mean, this thing is damn near ready to go. And Son, thanks for the gyro response. No problem. I'm trying to balance out comments and, trying to still do crazy work on this. No problem. Happy to help. Yeah. What I'm probably going to do is put like a dot of super glue on the antenna tube to the receiver box He could still take the receiver out if need be, but we also don't really want the antennas coming out as well. Oh, I see. It's because it's too long. That's fine. Even these fine little details I gotta pay attention to. Okay. Yeah. Maybe a dot of shoe glue. I don't know. I just don't want to like permanently. Yeah. You know, get them in there. How's it going, guys? If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching Innovation RC Live. We're building a 120 mile an hour Basher Limitless. It's for a customer of mine. Super cool guy, and we have a bunch of Scorch / Power Hobby, you know, all that. So we have a bunch of crazy, respectable upgrades on this thing. And we're just about done here. It's gonna hurt watching this thing get put in a box and go. It's pretty. Super duper pretty. But yeah, this thing is sick. He'll like this. What else do I need to do? I think we did everything. Oh, I want to maybe lock down the right over here. Should I? I was thinking about putting like not Loctite. Oh my god, shrink wrap around it, but I don't know if I want to. Maybe I'll just put like a dot of super glue, a very small dot. That's what I'm just gonna do. Put on the inside. Of course I missed. Here. It's actually a little trick of the trade right over here. Put like a dot of super glue on a very skinny driver. Hold it like this until you want it to go down. Then you put it directly on the spot that you can't reach. And regarding this purpose, we will not be using the accelerator. We will not be doing that just because it's on a very tiny little space, and I don't want it to dry and look like, you know, white, like the dried up white crust from super glue. We definitely don't want that, so we're going to avoid that. Okay. We're pretty much done. Tires. We're not done. He bought not one, but two. Not 30, but 4. And there's another 2 in there. So, what are these? Purple. Purple. I think they're all purple. Purple. Alright, so they're all purple. If we were going with like a staggered compound, I'd probably put pinks in the back for more traction. Let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Sean Cleveland, you need to meet. This little logo keeps blocking. Meet me at the park this weekend and try my new ramp. Oh my god, everyone's bringing out their stunting trucks. I got to fix Silverback. I went to that monster truck thing Saturday. He did great, but the EXP diffs are complete junk. They really are. It broke, what's it called? It broke the output cup to that. So I'm going to order new diffs probably when I get done with this. And hopefully I'll have something up and ready to go. And we'll probably go out this weekend. But yeah. I've been stunting. It's so much fun to do some flips. Nothing crazy high, but I like, you know, 10 feet. 10 feet of air. You know you're not going to break anything. But going to the monster truck ramps, I was like, no, I'm not going 10 feet. I literally went as high as I could. It's probably 40 feet, and then bam, it just slammed down. You know, that'll be a pretty cool video, I promise. That'll be cool. So now here we go. The lock nuts. Where's my 17? Sean, did you take it? Sean took my 17. I don't want to use that driver just because it's Kind of broken. Okay. And then we're just going to bench test it once more, ensure everything is good to go, and then we're going to conclude the stream. We're just about done here. Oh, what I'm probably going to want to do is put a little bit of Loctite, just a dot of it on the threads. Oh, crap. Of the wheel, just so they don't come off. Nothing crazy, just a dot of it. Sean, what ramp did you get? Did you get the Fresh Park one? It's almost time for me to scat out here anyway, guys. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. That's when I go to the gym. Time to scat. Scat like a scat pack. Okay. Woo, this thing is sweet. It's heavy too. 6-gauge wire in the middle of that. Who would have known? Oh, now it likes to stand up with the tires on. I should have put the tires on first, guys, so you guys could just see it balance while I work. Alright, this is garbage. Just about done here. Let's put the little dot of Loctite on it. The dot, double tire, pit stop, double nut, double nut. All right. Are all the nuts the right way? Yes, they are. The serrated end goes inward. Oh my God, this thing is sweet. Woo! All right, let's try to make some room over here because I'm going to showcase this guy now. I'm going to take some pictures and post it on Instagram cracker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, guys, hang on. Francis Bragg, what was the value of this build? Oh boy, I don't even know. And I'm not going to include labor because it took me, let's say, 3 live streams, and if it took me like at least an hour and a half, and we're running on almost, yeah, no, we're running about 3 hours on this live stream. 3, 4, 5, 6. If I charge $30 an hour, which is, you know, that's not a lot for an hour of work. It's probably going to be, I mean, I would probably just round it to 150, between 150 bucks in labor for a full ground up build, and that's not a lot. But the parts, including just whole car, the whole build, you know, this thing is probably well around $2,000. Carbon chassis is probably around 200. The motors, another 200. ESCs, there's 250. The servos, 160. Oh my God, all the other upgrades we put on, I'm gonna guess, let's say between 100 to 150. Tires alone, he's got 2 sets, so 80 and 80, 160. God, what else? He did this the right way though, and I'm gonna say that because the way that I usually do a limit, if you know for a fact you're going to change the chassis, you don't need to spend the money on a chassis. If you know for a fact you're going to change other parts, I'm not going to order the other parts because I build from the ground up. So I actually saved him, I don't know the exact amount, but at least around $70 because he doesn't need the chassis. I already had the body here, so he wanted me to, you know, build his car. So I'm, you know, I had the paint here. I'm not charging him for that, but you know, I don't know. It's going to be around $2,000, and that's not too bad actually. A full carbon fiber build, big motor build. Look at that. Thing is sweet. Full carbon build. XLX, big motor. Has all the cooling fans in the world. Each. The solder, the connectors, the tuning. I mean, I would probably charge between 150 and 200. I don't know exactly. I would just have to calculate it based on how long I've been working on this. This thing is sweet. All right, so what we want to do now is put some power to it with everything else on it. So here we go. Where's my battery? All right. I have the battery right here. This is just a bench test now. You don't want to bench test it on high voltage or high power. Always low voltage. You hear the voltage increase? That's a higher voltage. We're running 7.4, even more than that. Look at that. Oh my God. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm trying to balance it on this tire now. I'll just pick it up then. Very nice. Look at that, guys. She's up and running. Now what I'm gonna do off live stream is run it like a quarter throttle on half power, which is like a 10th throttle, just to break the transmission, drivetrain, and all that crap in. There we go. Check out this servo action. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's just crazy. That's awesome. Alrighty, we're all good here. Build successful and build complete. Now all it needs is just an alignment, but that's boring, so I'm gonna do that, you know, after I get off here. So thing is sweet. Completely done. 6-gauge wire in the middle. Yes, that is 6-gauge. There's extra love put into this guy right here. XLX2 ESC, 50 millimeter by 50 high-speed aluminum high-speed fan. We have our dual antenna wires just like that. Sexy wires going all the way to the motor. Dinner plate gear because we need to eat food on something, right? And then there's another 50 by 50 Power Hobby. I just love the color scheme, and I picked, he wanted fans anyway, but then he had like a goldish kind of scheme color. And it goes perfect with this. It really does. Looks sweet. And then we have that $160 monster servo thing in there. It's ridiculous. Oh, I could zoom. I forgot. Look at that. Super nice. To every last little detail. We have a full titanium spool up in here. Rear drive shaft as well. I think it's sweet. Alrighty. Let me check up on comments. Let's see. need to meet me at the park and try my Francis Brigg, what's the value? Oh, it's around 2,000 or so. RC Mask Master, what's up? RC Mask Mask Master. Whew. Francis Bragg PM later so we can talk about a 200-mile-an-hour build. All right. You know where to reach me, or if anything, Instagram. Instagram is going to be, or Facebook. Either way, doesn't matter. If you want to go 200 miles an hour, I can certainly build you something to be able to hit that. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be mostly up to you to get it there. You know, that kind of speed is difficult. You know, it's crazy. It really is. You really have to like practice a lot. But either way, 1,000%, I could do that with you. Have a Castle 2028 1100 kV motor. What do you think that fan and motor? Oh my God. Do you think my brain is fried? Do you think that fan and motor on this build will fit your motor? Yeah. Wait, 2028? Oh yeah, 2028 1100, 1,000%. It's the same exact can size. So that will actually perfectly fit the 2028. 100%. It'll go right on. And I'm using Power Hobby clamps. So, you know, I didn't want a heat sink because this, and also the Castle motor, you can see that there's like the little ribs of the little heat sinks. I don't want to block that with another heat sink because these are already designed to absorb heat and get cooled off. So the clamps don't do that. They just hold on. It's aluminum anyway, so it's going to act as a heat sink. And it's going to allow a lot of air to flow into it. So get two of these 56, 58 millimeter clamps, and then get a 50 millimeter, or two 40 millimeters. You can run twin 40 or a single 50. This is just a sweet setup. It really is. I think it's nice. Power's off. Remote's done. All right. But yeah, 100%. This can work in your Limitless. I think it's cool. And if so, what? Oh, yeah. So that was your other question. It's these clamps right here. They're from Power Hobby. You could see. Oh my God, that zoomed in so quick. 56 to 58. Those are probably some of the best clamps you can get. They're from Power Hobby, and you get two of them because these holes right here are 30 or 40 millimeter, but this is a 50, so I could do the bottom ones. But if you have two clamps, you have two holes, and this is not going anywhere. Literally, I can pick the whole car up with the fan. I mean, you don't want to do that, but that's exactly what, you know, you want to do. So this thing right here is friggin' sweet, and it looks great too. I made sure I organized the color to match, so, you know, gotta match. It looks sweet. And keep in mind, guys, you see that big old pinion gear on there? That's not going, it's not going to be easy on the ESC to slug that around no matter what you do. You know, you just need to be careful with how much gear you throw to a build. But yeah, this thing is sweet, 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 sweet. Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah. I think it's awesome, awesome, awesome. Sweet friggin' build. Thumbs up in the chat. We have our first full ground up Limitless build finally done. Finally. Finally, finally. Oh, we need the body. And I'm going to do the alignment after. That's whatever. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Get this out of the way. Because now we got the body. We're going to have to hack and put this guy away very soon. Let's see. Trunk Music LTD. Nice build for the clientele. Stay safe. Glad I was able to tune into the stream and hope you enjoy the future content I have on my links. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Take it easy, Trunk Music. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so now I'm just going to body. This is the last step. Oh, I think it's hitting this thing right here. There we go. Le body is le on. Oh, this thing is friggin' badass. Blackout. I think it's sweet. Oh. Forgot. I gotta put the front things. Where'd the little plastic winglets go? Oh, here they are. These are just all the extra spare parts that I ordered. But I still gotta put the front thing on. So apparently we're not done. We're damn near done. We're close, but we're not. Thank you, Jose Cruz. Thank you, We Are RC. Awesome, awesome, guys. Thumbs up in the chat. We just completed our first build. Well, 99% done. We just got to add this. But, you know, this isn't too big of a deal. This, the top, and then the other side. Oh, this thing is going to bash around like crazy. I really don't want to take this protective film off, but today's the day. I'm going to have to take it off now. Melvin Vega looks sinister. Yes, sir. Thing looks sweet. Yeah, he wanted to do like a kind of a, not a midnight theme, but he wanted like a blackout. He wanted to black out everything with a little bit of red accents I added, and it looks sweet. It really does. The hardest part about this build is going to be packing it up and knowing that I'm not going to keep it. That's just how sweet it is. If I want it, if I want what I build, that's a builder for you. They really don't make this easy over here. Gotta get rid of all this little plastic protection off. I'm gonna have to like probably put a towel over this when I ship it so it doesn't get scratched. And I used only one can of paint. Only one can to do the whole body and the front splitter. Amazingly so. I think we're good here. Alright, here we go. The front part goes on now. And now I can put this. Actually, the front part's probably going to be protected with the little winglets. Where the other? There it is. And I think we need shorty screws for this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Where they at, shorty? Yeah, 3 little short button head screws. Right here. I'm gonna shoot them in gently. You know, they don't need to be in tight. They just need to be in. So I have this on level 1, so it just doesn't over torque it. Woo! Number 2. As I said, we're 99% done. Now we're almost we're 99.5. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Are these 2 lefts? How the hell? There's 2 lefts. Am I seeing this right? Look, there's 2 lefts. What the hell? Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm not even mad at that. Do I have mine on my other Limitless? Oh my god. I swear, it's always the last bolt. But in this case, it's the friggin' splitter. What the heck? That's actually kind of funny. He actually had some parts, and this he had like the front splitter assembly. So I guess he sent 2 lefts. Huh. Is this it? No. Do I really not have it? That's pretty funny. We have 2 lefts. So, I mean, if he's doing NASCAR with, you know, this car, then that'd be great. But we're not. Oops. Let's, I'm going to check my spare box. I don't know if I'm even going to have it. I highly doubt. No. Got a big old box of parts, and I don't have the part. That's pretty funny. We literally have 2 lefts. Huh. All right, well, no biggie. Biggie. No biggie. I'll just tell him he sent in 2, but that's no big deal. You know what? I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'll just do it for him. I don't, because I just don't want the body to get scratched. But you know, I don't want to inconvenience him on taking this top off. Here we go. This is the last protection. Last bit of protection on the body. It's like when you get a brand new car and you take the plastic off it, this is it. After the car is completely built, the last thing you do is take the plastic off. It's got that new car smell and paint. Oh my god. So I guess it's good that I'm doing this because it is kind of inconvenient and annoying. Just don't want to scratch any of it. So I'm probably going to put a microfiber towel or a washcloth or something on top to protect it and while it's being delivered. All right. Woo! Oh, and there is one more thing. So we really are 99% done. We need what's it called, those things? the little pins that go into the body. The little pins. There we go. But it's on. 2 lefts. That's kind of funny. 2 lefts. Left. So we can't put the splitter on all the way. If it's around here, I'll just throw it on. Either way, this thing is thick. Awesome. There you go. Let me turn the light a little bit. There you go. Thing looks thick. Full carbon, big block basher, 120 mile an hour basher. And yes, I already adjusted the suspension so it could handle 120 miles an hour without it bottoming out. Okay, I gotta be careful with this body. Yeah, these guys are down all the way. Yeah, this thing is thick. This thing is awesome. All right, so pretty much done. This is our final result, guys. Final result. Look at that. Oops. Very nice. I think I'll just leave the I'll probably put a zip tie over here just so that the wires don't like dingle dangle everywhere, but yeah, so minus the little body pins for the body, this thing is concluded. We built a whole Limitless on a live stream. Well, 3 of them. 3 live streams, actually. But either way, nonetheless, we did it. From 0 to this. Damn, this thing is thick. All right, scissors. All right, and then what I'm going to do is hide the larger plastic portion. There you go. So there's no way that it can actually go in and eat that. So there you go. I just zip tied that, and we're good. Minus the alignment. You know, I'm going to do that off cam, which is nothing. Yeah. So friggin' sweet build. I think it's awesome. It came out great. It feels solid as a rock. It really does. Everything just went in really swell, I must say. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you drop a like for the live stream. I certainly appreciate it. Let me catch up on We Are RC looks awesome. Jose Cruz, very clean build. Melvin Vega looks sinister. Hell yeah, it does. Alfred Harrington looks sick, man. Great. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you all. All right, we're pretty much done. I thank all of you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if any of you guys donate or super like or super sneeze or whatever it's called on here, if you guys donate at all to the channel, everything's going to the channel. I appreciate every single one of you who tune in. As I said before, I want to do this a lot more. I had a lot of fun. Next time I go on live, we might do like a motor comparison. I have like 20 Castle motors in the room over there. And I'll go over what the can sizes are, like this and just other crap. So if you guys want to tune into that, what day is it today? Wednesday. I guess we could do it like Friday or something around the same time. So that's what we'll do. We'll talk about motors then. All right. I appreciate all of you. Make sure you drop a like for this live stream or whatever this is called. And thank you once again. Thank you all. Thank you. Stay well and have a good one.